1871, the Great Chicago Fire burned down every square inch of structure, plantation, road, and success the city had ever known. By the mid-1880s, Chicago rebuilt itself, this time with steel structures rather than wooden structures, factories rather than plantations, cement roads rather than dirt roads, and victory along with success. If anything was to teach me to build quality, 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 and at the same time still be able to achieve quantity, 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 it would be the reconstruction of Chicago. I'm from the suburbs of the thriving city, so everyone in my area knows of the lively story. Because of this, I find it highly silly not to learn what its history had taught us. See, I'm a rapper, a poet, an author, and an artist. With 3 years of experience, I find that the one thing to do that's the absolute hardest is to succeed without support. Encouragement is everything. From friends to classmates to teachers to bosses to coworkers to grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, and you. You were one of the few people who never learned the lesson from the Great Chicago Fire. 3 years I've been rapping, only once have you asked to hear a song of mine. 3 years I've been rapping, only once have you given feedback on a beat I made. 3 years I've been rapping, only once have you asked me how my rap career is going. 3 years I've been rapping, not once have you told me you have faith in me grasping hold of my dreams. I would turn on my speakers and only get through half a song before you told me to turn it off. I would make one comment about my rap career before you criticized me and told me I'd be homeless and lost. I would buy studio equipment and you tell me I'm wasting my money and I'd be better off taking my savings and setting fire to it all. I would receive hundreds of comments of harping and criticism before I received just one comment of generous thought. You never learned. You cannot build a thriving city out of flimsy plywood. You cannot build skyscrapers without support. What you need to give and what I need to receive is support. And by support, I mean iron beams holding me together until I rise above all else. Because if you support me with plywood, one broken wall, one wooden rod that catches fire can bring the entire building down. Plywood is weak. Plywood will crumble. So why do you insist on supporting me with plywood and weak suggestions and flimsy comments and flammable criticism? Why do you refuse to support me with iron beams and strong feedback and compact reinforcement and flameless criticism? You destroy me and try to rebuild me out of the same material, but every time you say something that sparks a new fire. You rip me down and leave me in pools of blood, and there's too much blood and fire to even allow the possibility of being extinguished by water, and after that, all oxygen that ever flees your breath is meant for one purpose and one purpose only, to feed the fire. I can see the fire in your eyes and hear it roaring in your heart, and it's not the friendly fire you use for cooking or for getting a candle to spark, but a wildfire disintegrating everything it can lay its hands on, literally tearing the entire world apart, and I am nothing compared to the fire at heart. So quit asking me why I'm never home for dinner anymore, because the answer will always be that I'm busy building a city of my own made of iron beam support provided by the few people who care, the exact same way Chicago taught. Thank
you. Become more about lies and betrayal than the truth and fidelity the fairy tales of our youth say it rightfully should. What happens?
The portion of reality is seeping in the mind, deep in yourself, that there's nothing left to hide.